As you're sharing this, talking about a pretty narrow diet with the emphasis on the red fatty meat, it would seem to me that quality would be very important. Where when we're talking about that steak you're eating, we can go all the way on one extreme to CAFO, and then we can come on the other end to organic, grass-fed, grass-finished. And I know when you're getting the better quality stuff, that impacts the nutrition and the fat of the meat. How big of a deal is that?
Well, that's another marketing area because we don't really know that answer. Have you seen a study where people ate only grass-fed, grass-finished versus grass-fed, grain-finished?
I haven't. I've only heard about the ratio of omega 6 to omega 3
Yeah,
being
well,
better in the higher quality meat.
well, but we haven't scientifically really tested it out on human beings because once again, that's a laboratory measurement of something that I have not seen. The disease is what I could say, oh my God, you've got too many omega 6s in your body. Have you?
Not specifically.
No, no, no. So, I mean, I personally love grass-fed, grain-finished. Personally, I love it out in on the free range, in taking care of those animals well. Now, but what if you can get mass-produced meat and you can't afford the farm direct for whatever reason? I'm just saying that out loud. Well, is there really a different molecularly structured of the meat you're eating from a cow in a raised in industrial production versus the in the smaller range? I don't know that answer. I don't know we've proven it. But in order to make the changes in our environment, I think it's worthy for all of us to go out there and begin to support our local ranchers and farmers. Again, if you're a plant eater, local ranchers, farmers, grow your food, raise your animals. If not, find someone that does and you love the way they do it. That's, I think, one of the best things we could begin to look at in order to change the world we're living in. But I haven't seen the particulars in my belief system that you can find a human being that clearly ate the grass finished versus the grain finished, or the industrial versus the small farm ranching.
To push back on that a bit, though, our whole thesis here today is that human beings have been getting the diet piece so wrong and it's been wrecking our health. Eating a non appropriate diet for our species, wouldn't it make sense that would translate to a cow? Where if we're feeding it grains versus grass, that's going to impact the health of that animal. And in turn, when we're eating that, it's going to impact us.
Well, I think that we don't know that answer completely, but I think as we're evolving to make changes in our environment, how we raise animals, how we do produce our food, it's going to improve our environment and everything else, by the way. So I think that's grand and we need to speak about it. But as a doctor, I am working to help people get better and heal. And if all they have is Walmart or Price Chopper or something like that, that's a start, I think. And again, back to the fatty meat. The biggest problem is most of the meat you find at the butcher is lean. If you have your own local farmer, rancher, and processor, you can tell them how you want to process your meat. Interesting enough, the cows on the grass, do they eat grains from the grass itself?
Grass is grown from a seed, which is a grain.
Right, but also when they seed, they flower, then seed, the cows are probably searching for the seeds of the plant, which likely contains a lot of really good substances. Now, a lot of time when we're talking about rolled grains and rolled oats, or they might be getting fermented grains that were from a brewery, which I think those are issues that you have to choose individually. But overall, I think the free range, grass raised and grass finished are probably ecologically, environmentally, the way we want to look towards our future. And it could be now in many cases. And in some others, we may just have to wait a little bit.
If you enjoyed that clip, you're going to want to head over here and catch a full episode. I'll see you over there.
If you want to domesticate a lion or a wolf, feed them plants. You want to domesticate a human being? Feed them plants. And it's really as simple as that. Any cut of meat is good, but the fattiest cut is best. And throw in some organic